Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chicken Possible with Rewards Hunter, back with part 5 of the Escape Academy series. So this is the series where we've been working through most of the achievements in this game and grabbing a bunch of rewards points along the way. If you haven't watched parts 1 through 4, then those will be linked in the description so you can get caught up and grab all the achievements that we've previously grabbed in this game. But we're going to be grabbing 3 more fairly quick and easy ones this time, and as always, I'll be breaking this up into 3 separate sections for 3 separate days worth of points for the Earn an Achievement in a Game Pass daily quest, so you'll be able to use that for 3 separate days of that. As always, this will help you towards any of the weekly and monthly quests that you might still be working on for the month of September. And if you play it on your console, you'll be getting these 10 points as well, and it'll be taking you one step closer to getting your weekly console bonus wrapped up as you do that. So let's go ahead and get started in Escape Academy. We'll take a quick look at the achievement tracker. You should be at 12 out of 40 achievements so far. And the last one that we got in the previous part was called Chatterbox for having 8 side conversations. And we'll have another side conversation after we finish our first escape room today, so I'll make sure to point that one out to you just in case you didn't get that one on the previous guide. So we'll go ahead and get started here, and we're going to move through the next escape room in the game. This one's going to be at the cafeteria area. So let's go ahead and load up our main game save. We're going to play a solo game today. And like I said, we are going to head to the cafeteria area. So that is down to the left of the quad, so let's visit that. And we are going to talk to Jeb over here on the far side. So press A to start Trial by Taste, and that's the one we're going to do today. So I'm just going to skip his dialogue. And then make note of this covered dish back at the back. We're going to open that in a minute. Let's start by turning all the way around and go to the left a little bit. The third dish that comes past in this conveyor belt, we want to grab the item that's on it. So when the third one comes through, we're going to pick up the funky fork. And we actually need to collect 3 funky forks. They're around this area, so that's 1 of 3. The second one is over by this covered dish that has the locks on it, and there's a little tray that's over here. So let's go ahead and pick up the funky fork that's in this tray. And that'll be our second one out of 3. Before we get the third one, we need to get a fire extinguisher that's over on this left-hand side wall. So grab the fire extinguisher over here. We'll add that to our inventory. And then we're going to turn around again and go back beside Jeb over here. There's a microwave. So let's inspect the microwave, and we're going to put in the number 335, and that will start the microwave and start a fire actually in the microwave since it's got the fork inside of it. So we're going to use our fire extinguisher to put out the fire, and then we'll be able to pick up the funky fork. And that is the third and final one that we need to unlock the dish that's over here. So let's press B to back out of that, and we're going to go over to the locked dish and start unlocking the locks. So I'm starting with the one on the sort of upper left, and we're going to use the fork that has 2 prongs on the right side sticking up to unlock this lock. And then the second lock, we are going to use the fork that has 1 prong sticking up. So grab that one and use that one to unlock the second lock. And then the third lock, we'll use the only one that we have left with the 2 prongs, 1 on either side. So let's open this up. We're going to drink the milkshake, and it's going to look like we finished the escape room, but we actually haven't. We've been poisoned instead. So we need to now work on getting an antidote for the poison. So we're going to start on that now. So press B, and then we're going to head back here to the freezer, and we're going to open up the freezer. We need a little code for this. So we're going to do square on the far left, and then a circle, and then a broken circle, kind of looks like a little horseshoe, and then a square on the far right. So square, circle, broken circle, and square. Let's go inside the freezer and look at the back left at the lower shelf. There's a bunch of ice cubes over here, and we're going to inspect that, and we're going to take the one that has the key inside of it. So make sure you grab that ice cube with the key. We'll press B a couple of times, and then we're going to head outside, go over to the stoves over here, and you'll see a saucepan that's boiling. We're going to inspect that, and then of course put the key inside of the ice cube into the boiling saucepan so that we can get the key out of there. So now we've got the key that allows us to leave the kitchen. Let's go back to the kitchen door and we use that key to get out. Let's take a right as we come out, and there's just a very small set of steps just here, these brown steps. Go down these and look to the left, and you'll see an escapist times that's over here on the table, so make sure you read that. That should be number 6 out of 10 for you. All right, and now we're going to go back up the steps and go all the way to the back of the room. You'll see a sign back here that says today's specials, so that's what we want to head towards. We're going to move that, and then we're going to put in a code back here. We're going to press the top button, and then the right button, and then top, and then bottom. So that's going to open up a little elevator or dumbwaiter for us. So we're going to throw the switch on the left-hand side. That's going to take us downstairs and allow us to collect another key that's down here. So you see a conversation going on between Jeb and Eel. Let's pick up the key that we can see just in front of us. And then we're going to throw the switch again and head back upstairs. And the key that we just got is going to enable us to make an antidote for ourselves using the cabinet that's back here. So move forward, and to the left, you'll see the staff-only cabinet. Let's open that with the key, and then we're going to mix a drink for ourselves. So let's inspect that. And we are going to use the belladonna syrup and put it into the little glass that's down there. So just click once on the belladonna syrup. And then the Calabar extract, we need 3 shakes of that. So do that 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And now we need 1 shake of the mineral water. And then we need to shake everything using the little shaker that's next to the glass. So do that. And then after you finish shaking it, then you can go ahead and drink the glass, and you will get the Don't Cry Over Spilled Milkshake achievement for finishing that escape room, for finishing Trial by Taste. So that is our day 1 achievement. One additional thing that I wanted to point out here is that after we finish this escape room, we can go talk to Jeb one more time at the cafeteria, which helps towards the Chatterbox achievement if you haven't got that one already. So let's just press A, and we'll press the menu button a couple of times to skip all this stuff.
Delicious once you've built a tolerance.
So you should end up back in your dorm room. So let's go out of the door here, and then you'll see the little person icon on the cafeteria. So let's visit there. We'll talk to Jeb and get credit for speaking with another side conversation. All right, so that's pretty much it for day 1. So I'm just going to back out and go to the main menu, and we'll be set up for day 2. All right, so for the day 2 and actually day 3 achievements, I'm going to kind of cover these together. So the ones that we're going to go for, the first one is called Honor Roll for earning a B+ or better on 10 escapes. And then the second one is called Overachiever, and that one is for earning an A+ on 10 escapes. So one is for not doing perfectly, and then one is for doing pretty much perfectly. So first of all, we're going to go for the Honor Roll achievement. And I'm going to start out by saying that these achievements are a little bit buggy, so you may have some difficulties possibly getting them, but I wanted to go ahead and point them out anyway since I was able to unlock them on my main account. So the easiest way to do this potentially, if it doesn't get bugged for you, is to go back to your dorm and you could do the entrance exam, which is the one where we enter a name in to finish up the escape room, and it's pretty straightforward and simple. So if you pick this black and white picture, you can go back to the entrance exam and sort of do this one pretty much over and over again. And we are going to make sure that we don't get an A+. We're going to try and get an A instead of an A+. And there's a pretty easy way to do that. So what we're going to do once the escape room starts is we're just going to wait a minute before we start entering in the code. So if you look at the lower left corner of your screen, you can see that there's a hint option that's there, and there's a little circle that is slowly filling up. So if you wait for that hint to be available, and then you use the hint, you'll actually lower your grade on the escape room and you won't get an A+ anymore. So that's what we're going to do here. We're just going to wait for the circle to fill up, and once it does, then we will press X to take the hint, and then we'll press X one more time to say yes, we're sure. And then once we've looked at the hint, then we can just press B, and then we can go ahead and enter in the name, which is Sandra, and then Jacqueline for the middle name, and then Solange for the last name. So if you finished this escape room and you got an A like I did right here, and this was your 10th one, then you should be getting that honor roll achievement. Now you might need to play it a few more times. I can't tell you exactly how many times you have played at this point and gotten, you know, an escape room finished with an A or less. So you might have to do that a few times, but basically you can just keep going back in and replaying this. I probably replayed this 3 or 4 times to get it finished up. But like I said, it can be kind of buggy, and you may not actually get the achievement right here, even if you're doing exactly what I'm outlining. So I'm going to show you a fix for that at the end of the video here if these are still not unlocking for you. But if you did successfully get the honor roll achievement, then you could play this a little bit differently, and instead of going into the entrance exam here and getting the hint, you could skip the hint and just put in the name, the final code here, just like we did the first time that we played through this. So again, you just keep going through and putting in Sandra, Jacqueline, Solange. So it kind of depends on whether you're working on the day 2 achievement or the day 3 achievement. For day 2, you want to get A's, you want to take the hint. For the day 3 achievement, you want to not take the hint and you want to get A+. And then you'll just keep replaying it until you get each of those achievements, and hopefully those will unlock for you. So there's the day 2 achievement for getting escape rooms with a B+ or better. And then the day 3 achievement is for doing it without the hints and getting an A+ on 10 escapes. So hopefully you'll be able to get both of those achievements. Now, if it is bugged for you, one thing that you could try is removing the game from your system, uninstalling it. I have read a little bit about people having this issue, and I had this issue with one of my test accounts. But what you would want to do is just uninstall it and then play the game through the cloud. Apparently this has worked for some people to fix these buggy achievements. So try that out. If you're not getting either one of the achievements, try doing the same process and just using the cloud version instead of the downloaded version. So hopefully one of those 2 methods will work for you. You'll get the honor roll achievement for day 2 and the Overachiever achievement for day 3. So that is pretty much it for part 5 of Escape Academy. I'm sorry if those were a little bit tricky for you. They were a little bit tricky for me, but hopefully you'll have an easy time with them. And we will be back in a couple of weeks with part 6. We'll continue working on the next 3 easy achievements for this game. Hopefully they'll be a little bit easier for next time. And I'll have a new guide coming out for Achievement of the Week next week. And then, as always, I've got even more easy achievement guides coming out for channel members. So click on the join button here in the video if you're interested in finding out more about those guides and more about how to help support the Rewards Hunter channel. So thanks so much to you all, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the future guides. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found that video helpful, please be sure to click the subscribe button here on YouTube and hit the bell for notifications. You can also find some helpful links in the description if you want to stay connected. Stay tuned for more Microsoft Rewards and achievement guides, and I'll see you in the next one.